and a 1 and a 2 and a 3.
Up to it, down to it. We do it cause we used to it.
Forget those who don't do it. So drink SemCity, drink SemCity, drink. Woo! Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, SemCity. We're here live. I'm your mayor, Chris Simeon. I'm here with my lovely co-host,
Miracle Simpson. I was about to say SemCity.
Wait, time out.
I'm sorry, I've been drinking wine.
Hold on, time out. This is our third episode. It just so happens you got your AKA shirt on today. You the trade. Something in threes is going on today. You the trade. Mm-hmm. And then we've been married for 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
And you just got on here and called yourself Miracle Simpson. We 3 years in the game, and you still calling yourself Miracle Simpson.
This is real talk. For all the people who are married out, females and generally, like, it's hard to transition when you get married. I don't know how people, like, maybe you're 20 or 15, I'll be comfortable with it, but for 27 years, I was Simpson. And I took pride in my last name. You come around and I gotta change my name, like, and then it's similar, and then it's spelled weird, and people say semen, like, it's just weird. I never had a problem with Simpson. It was like OJ, that's my uncle. Like,
I gotta hit you with the Tupac. Are you still down? Are you still down? The Simeons want to welcome y'all to SemCity episode 3. This is a special episode. Mm-hmm. Now, our favorite number is 3. So why not on the third episode have our first guest?
Yeah.
So we want to welcome, I want to say, one of the architects of our relationship, actually. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to put a round of applause together for one of my closest homeboys, Antonio Reed. Put it together, y'all. There we go. Antonio, what's going on?
Man, what's up, man?
Oh, man, we're glad to have you. We're glad to have you, man. This is a special day.
I'm glad to be here. I've been trying to get over here.
Man, I'm telling you, man. I told everybody you one of the inspirations for this podcast, man. You got me watching Joe Rogan podcast, and that, was one of the inspirations of us doing our own.
Oh, I didn't know he was the one who told you about it.
Yeah, and that's crazy. That's really like, I only watched like 2 or 3 podcasts. Joe Rogan, Drink Champs, and that's pretty. Yeah, that's it. That's the only podcast I watched.
Then I watched that Joe Rogan video you told me to watch about the guy on there that was telling the story about the wolves when they were surrounded by wolves.
Okay, I do remember that.
Remember that?
Shit crazy.
Yeah, that was an awesome, like, the dude told the story awesome. And, like, see, Antonio told me the story before he actually showed me the video.
So was that like, Joe Rogan or somebody on his show?
No, it was one of his guests on his show.
It was one of his homeboys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then after that, I started watching like some of Joe Rogan's homeboys podcasts, like Joey Diaz and Bobby Lee from Mad TV. And like Joey Diaz was the fat dude that was eating all the burgers on The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
With his stomach hanging out. That's Joey Diaz. And like, man, he's like a Dice Clay kind of comedian. He's hilarious. And so I started watching their podcast, and like, that's why I'm like, man, this stuff is fun. They just lay back, just having conversations, talking about whatever. We can do this just, and show everybody what we're about, how we, how we hang around. But, Antonio, I always tell everybody, Antonio put me on everything. Some of the best movies. I'm a movie connoisseur, and Antonio has put me on some of the best movies I have ever seen. One being Unthinkable. You ever heard of the movie Unthinkable?
Is that the one with, what's his name?
Samuel.
Yeah.
Hey, like on Family Guy, man. Who
The
was
greatest
Samuel
black
Jackson.
actor ever.
And it was like bombs or terrorists or something. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, he was a what was he? He was like
A terrorist
interrogator.
Oh,
he was a
yeah.
terrorist interrogator.
Yeah.
And he was very good at his job. You know, he had to actually erase his identity and him and his wife and stuff like that. But it was a really good movie it was like a straight to DVD nobody ever heard of. Tonio hear about all these movies you never even heard
Tonio,
of.
what's
and put
your
you
top
on a movie.
3 movies? Go.
That's I Spy.
Man,
I Spy?
that's one right there.
That's hard. I can't.
See, that's why I like Tonio's taste in movies, because he likes the movies people haven't heard of. Them are the best movies. And it's usually got famous actors in them. But it's just a movie that like didn't hit big at the theater or something.
Okay, so
but they're really
I
they best
Spy.
movies.
I'm thinking about like the kid.
Eddie
No.
Murphy.
I Spy, it was the one you seen it 1,000 times with me. With Eddie Murphy and
Owen Wilson.
the blonde Wilson brother from
Crooked
Wedding
Nose.
Crashers. Huh?
Oh, okay.
Remember he was the CIA agent
I
and
know what you're
Eddie
talking
Murphy
about.
was a boxer.
Yeah.
That's
the top. You said
I remember
that
buying that
That's
at
one of my
Walmart in the
favorite.
$5 bin.
I do
And
remember that.
I've been had that movie for the longest, like forever. I Spy. My cousin Dre put me on that movie, and then what was another one?
Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite. Tonio put me on. Tonio put me on Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Come on, Tropic Thunder is one of the funniest movies
I have
ever
not
made.
seen that one.
And
Tropic Thunder is a movie. Every time you watch it, you find something different in it you never seen before.
Hey, that movie put Robert Downey Jr. in my top 5.
That's it.
that movie put Robert Downey Jr. back to Iron Man.
Look, I'm not for sure. I think he did that after the first Iron Man.
Are you sure? I think he
think
did Tropic
so.
Thunder before he did that first Iron Man, because Tropic Thunder put him back on. Because remember, he had only did some small projects for Mel Gibson at first, because he was trying to get back in the industry after all of them. Me and Miracle just seen this on the Reels TV mini docu-series on Robert Downey Jr. I think he did Tropic Thunder before he did that first. I gotta look it up.
I know it's like this powerful tool called Google.
I know, but
When
like
people argue, I always be like, you can
I
just
feel
pull
like
out
that
your-
was the role that got him back in
It's the
pop culture.
debater's ego. We supposed to know this.
That's not me. I'll be watching a documentary movie and I'll Google like what happened.
I'm telling
Let
you.
me figure out what happened.
Yeah,
He's
no.
really good
I mean,
at
that was a role that definitely put him back on the map. It was
So, and I think in the first episode, like it's just been so long, you credited you for us being together. So, what's your take? We described how we first met, and then you told Chris that he was going to marry me. Is that true?
Yeah.
Why? What made you say that?
The same way somebody told me. I seen the sparkle in y'all eyes when y'all was around each other.
oh man, I don't know about a
And
sparkle,
I-
man.
Like for real, like y'all was good together. So
Man, I think you
And-
just seen what I seen, Antonio. That's what
No,
it was. You
I'm
seen
sorry.
when Miracle used to come over to the apartment, you was like, man, Miracle cool. Like, something different about Miracle. Like, I know Chris gonna vibe with that. Like, Chris gonna keep her around.
But you can vibe with people, but not like you're gonna marry them. I did not think
He
I
was
gonna
like,
marry
y'all
you.
gonna be
It's
together.
a-
He was
but
like,
you-
I'm telling y'all right
what-
now, y'all gonna be together.
I didn't think so.
but you
Yeah.
can get around somebody and peep like a homeboy, homegirl vibe
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
I mean, not too many times you can call a lifelong bond vibe, but you know, you can pretty much call or see it, you know.
So
But
if
Man,
you guys,
he did Tropic Thunder and
Okay.
Iron Man in the same year. They came out
which
the
one
same year in
released first?
2008. Let me see.
he's still looking at this. So I'm gonna continue this podcast.
Man,
So
you
when
know.
did you know that Tressa was the right one?
Oh, Tress is my fiance for those that don't know, but
Yes.
I don't know, probably about a year ago.
Okay.
So, and you just wake up one morning. It's an epiphany thing. Like you just wake up one day and you're like, damn, okay, this is where I want to be. So let me start to change my ways and prepare to go there.
Oh.
So, I wasn't rushing nothing, but I had everything pretty much mapped out how I wanted to go.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that, man. What brought on the epiphany?
Just being around, the more we was around each other and we bonded more and
Nah, man, that's cool and all. That's just like, yeah, that means y'all can get along. What hit you? What hit you? If something had to hit you, that's why I said epiphany, because something had to hit you to come to that decision. Like, I'm a go and get the ring. Like,
I mean, I don't know. It's at the point in time where we started back to like talking and we had an understanding. Like we were gonna go slow about it. Just get to know each other, feel each other out. And I seen that she was, making me change the way I was moved, how I act, as far as how I handle my responsibilities. Like I seen that, and that's what I need.
yeah,
So
Like,
she was making you a better man.
Yeah, or make me want to be.
Okay.
yeah,
From the point in time when we first started back on this journey, I am a better man than what I was then. I can say.
Such a sweet story.
And I give her partial credit for most of.
yeah. In the next episode with Tony, we're gonna have T. Lee and Griffin. Everybody, we'll talk about the man he used to be.
That is hilarious.
So, now y'all are engaged now. So now y'all got this wedding going on, all of this stuff, man. So it's a lot of money being spent, How you feel about that, man? How you feel about the whole process?
This shit. Oh, excuse me. I don't know if I'm supposed to
It's cool, man. It's late
That
night.
alone
It's
should
late
let you
night.
know how I feel. But I don't know, cause I don't spend a lot of money like this, so this I can't fathom this what's going on. So it's a little stressful to me.
Man, yeah, man. So I'm assuming that, Tressa's doing the majority of the money spending on this wedding, huh? You ain't
But
out
is
there
she
buying
doing-
all of the you
No.
ain't making sure all of the centerpieces get purchased
in
and
the planning? So she could be doing the spending, but are you heavily involved in all the decision making?
I have input but no final say so. If you want the truth.
so that's standard.
If you want the
Standard.
truth.
We can bark
You
about
had a
whatever.
lot of input, Chris.
Man, it was more like, hey, you pretend to put your foot down one day.
She takes
you
my
go,
opinion into account.
Yeah, you pretend to put your foot down at the beginning. You go, hey, look, I understand you want to make all the plans for this wedding, but this is my wedding too. So I must have some say so in what goes on around here. Next thing you know, you ain't had it. You just like, let me know when time and when I need to be there. That's what it ended up being.
Let me go make sure I got this tux.
Yeah, make sure that I remind my groomsmen to get their stuff.
That's
I'ma
to the
forget
point that I'm
too.
at now. I'm like, let me make sure I got me and my
Yeah,
groomsmen ready.
she gonna have to make sure she remind you to do that too, cause
That is
So, yeah, man, that's
If it was
That's
up to
what
me,
it
we'd
is.
have went to the courthouse and threw a little get together, so threw a party.
at the house.
Oh, now we could have rented out some type of facility.
See,
But
man.
that's the money. The money's the reception. So you still gotta decorate, gotta find a venue,
But
gotta have food. Like
no.
that's where all the money
No.
comes from.
Because when you rent the venue alone, $6,000, you can throw a whole party. I ain't throwing finances out there, but you can throw a whole party for that for a whole lot of people.
What, you gonna have a club or something?
No.
Like the venue is the biggest expense. So if you having a
Catering.
you gotta feed them. So I'm like, if y'all have a party, you would still have to have a venue and still have to feed people. So where are you cutting costs?
That's where you hire your homeboy to barbecue.
Man, that
You can have
exactly.
barbecue
A. Lee,
party.
shout out to A. Lee. Come through with the
Man.
baked chicken. Bro.
Yeah, I actually see we got a homeboy that's a chef.
Yeah, absolutely.
See?
Shout out to
We
A.
putting on
Lee.
for the community and saving money. That's where I'm going with it. But she ain't trying to hear it.
Yeah, no.
And see, what y'all talking right now is ridiculous to me. This is ridiculous. Like, why do people feel like they gotta spend all of this money for one day? Like, why? Like, do people really?
celebration.
I understand it's a celebration. Like, you could still spend a little bit of money on just a reception, and it ain't got to be in a mansion with glow lights up lights everywhere, chandeliers. Like, I understand it's a special day, but like,
But,
don't you think you
no.
could still make a special day not cost $50,000?
You name me one venue that you can go to. They don't care if it's a wedding, your birthday, Jesus' birthday. They gonna charge $6,000 regardless. So,
But people
you
are out
come
here
up with a
spending
venue
$40,000,
that you don't have to pay.
$50,000 on a wedding. Like, I'm not talking about our wedding. Like, we had a whole different plan. Like, a lot of people out there are spending $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on one night. That's still a bunch of stuff is gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why, if somebody, and even if they not paying for it, somebody parents is paying for it, like, why not y'all just like take that money and start your relationship? There is a thing called being wedding broke. Like,
Yeah.
people spend all their money on a wedding, then they end up gotta start their marriage off living with their mama and daddy.
Or they get divorced.
Or they get
Yeah.
divorced. Like, anything, like finances, like, super important, like, have a huge effect on a relationship, especially a marriage, because you tied in for sure now. So, like, when you start off in the hole and struggling like that, and it was really based off of one day, like, I don't understand it. Why put that stress on your life right off the bat? Like,
Okay, so Antonio, outside of just going to the courthouse, what's something that you guys are currently going through you think you don't need? Like, invitations are stupid. Like, what expense do you think is like, I just don't think we have to have this to have the wedding?
The amount of guests which directly pertains to the catering, the alcohol,
directly
the amount
tied.
of
Yes,
the
because the
amount
guest
of guests
list is the first
basically
thing.
like defines the whole situation. That determines what size venue you need,
Yeah.
how much catering, how much liquor, like. Just the guest list. If it was up to me, it'd be about 150.
150.
I don't mind not inviting people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind.
What is your, like, if you control the guest list, what would be your criteria? Like, we went to school together, I talked to you in the last month. Like, what's your criteria? Who gets invited?
Yeah, if you're somebody I can talk to on a consistent basis.
Okay.
I ain't talking about we ain't talked in 4-5 years or nah. We need
Family? Okay, so my aunt, not my aunt, but a aunt, you probably ain't talked to in a month, but that's still your auntie. She ain't getting invited.
Nah, that's cool. No, I mean I'm not saying not an auntie that I ain't talked to in a month.
Okay.
But if it's one of those, you got family members that you really don't, whether it be aunt, uncle, cousin, that you really just not that tight with.
Yeah. But that's your mama's sister. She ain't getting an invitation.
my mama's sister ain't paying for this. Like, that's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
You gotta learn when you throwing a wedding,
Yeah.
you gotta learn how to hurt feelings or you really gonna be messed over.
So,
and I don't mind.
You don't mind.
That's my
Yeah.
that's my thing.
So what's the guest list right now? Like, what number are y'all at right now?
Like 250 to 3.
Ooh, yeah, that's a big number.
Mm-hmm.
You probably got what, 50 of those?
No, probably including the groomsmen, probably because groomsmen and a spouse, so
Okay.
maybe like 90,
Yeah.
100.
That's a. Chris, is there anything you wish we wouldn't have like paid for in our wedding now that it's over?
You know, I really didn't care about that photo booth. I thought the price of it was ridiculous.
I love
Of
the
the
photo
what?
It was
booth.
cool. Don't get
The
me
flip-
wrong.
the flip
But check
book.
this.
We
In
had the flip
reality, by the time we even got there, there was only an hour left.
Yeah.
And we still hadn't even started what we needed to start. It
Yeah.
was literally about to shut down right after we had our dance. So we had to hurry up over there, skip everybody in line, and take a picture just so we made sure we got a picture. Because
He's talking about a flip book.
Yeah,
Photo
we had
booths
a
are
flip
great.
book photo
Everybody
booth.
get a photo
It
booth.
was
Miraculous
cool. Like,
moment.
it was a cool
That
concept.
sound
But
expensive.
really, like, come on, like the price of it per hour was ridiculous, and like people hardly even got a chance to use it because we still had to drive over there, and people got caught in traffic. By the time they got there, you know, it was gonna shut down, and like
Yeah.
I mean, I just
And,
thought that
and
was one thing we
disclaimer,
didn't
that
really
was
need.
something that my mother really wanted. She went to the the
I mean, it
show,
was
the
cool,
bridal show,
but-
and she paid for it. So she was
Yeah,
adamant
it
about
was
it. And I didn't care for it, and she said that she would pay for it because she really wanted it.
Yeah, no, it was cool, you know, but I just thought that the price was like they were taxing. They were taxing.
For me, flowers. I
Yeah,
really
that made me
could have
mad.
did without
I
them
told them
flowers.
we using, what do they call hydrogens?
Yeah,
that's what
because
we
those
had,
are the
bro.
cheapest.
Yeah.
And
That's
they're,
what we had,
they
bro.
look like it's a lot of them. Like they're so big,
Uh-huh.
so you can get away with getting 3 of them and be good. But yeah, we spent about like $800 on flowers.
I just
and
had an anxiety attack
not
right now.
one
As soon as you
person
said
said anything about those centerpieces. Like they remember the experience. Nobody remembers the centerpieces. So I think for our wedding, we could have been okay without those flowers, and people still would have said they had a good time.
That's my whole perspective on the wedding. We spending all that money just to put on the show for some people who really don't care.
Yeah.
That's all it is, man.
They just coming to eat and have a good time. They ain't
Yeah.
gonna be
That's
thinking
what we
twice
can't-
about it.
Not
like,
twice. I've
right
been to-
before the wedding, towards the end of everything, we came to that conclusion. We like, all of this is just for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be like, oh, Chris and Miracle had a wonderful wedding. It was so pretty.
So we decided, like, man, we're not even gonna stress
See,
out
my
about it.
thing
no
was
more.
I didn't want people to say Chris and Miracle wedding was so pretty. I didn't care about that. I wanted people to say Chris and Miracle's wedding was fun. I had a fun time. That was a fun wedding.
Yeah.
So everything we did was tailored to people saying I had a fun time. If it's pretty, like I did it, like I don't care. I just want you to remember your experience you had. Because that's memorable, not the flowers the centerpieces you had on the table.
And any fun wedding starts off with DJ John Tizzle.
Yeah.
So, like, that's
We
a-
in negotiations right
Yeah.
now.
Come on, DJ Jones.
Yeah, hey, you know,
That's a hot commodity.
it's rise and demand is what it is. It's rise
All
and
of us are
demand.
getting married. That's the thing.
Man, real talk. It's a good time to be a DJ.
It is.
A good DJ too, which he is. Nah, but yeah, I think that's it. Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
hurt
holler
me
at some
when you
young
start
kid
talking
that's in high
about
school
flowers, man. Man, when y'all start talking about them flowers, all I could think about was that next morning throwing all of them away. Because we was going out of town anyway. They was going to die. So we threw all of them in the dumpster the next morning before we
$800 just in the trash.
In the
Yeah,
trash.
in the trash the next day. They were still like soft and fresh. They smell good.
Yeah,
We kept all the
bad.
jars. They came in mason jars. We kept all of them. We like, man, we gonna make cocktails in these mason jars. We got a bar.
Hey, man. So that's, just the money being spent. I'd rather take the money and go on a, vacation somewhere.
Absolutely.
Pay up some bills.
Man, what? I mean, 30, 40, 50,000. Think if you got that as a nest egg starting off being married.
Yeah.
That's a lick. Like, y'all relax. That's a stress-free start. You know what I'm saying?
Saving.
Enjoy. Y'all can enjoy the marriage at the beginning,
Want to have one of them African style with.
Yeah, man. I told Miracle
really.
we going to have to do that because we done been to a couple of African themed weddings. After we got married, we were like, hey, y'all, when we renew the vows, we might have to make that it's just going to be the theme of the wedding. We're going to have a theme wedding. It's going to be African style. And make sure y'all bring y'all one. You done talking. You done talking. Tell me how you done talking.
I would gladly wear
Let me ask, what y'all think about this? I told her for our first dance, we should take lessons and do the tango.
I think that's dope.
Yeah, man. Hey, our whole damn
she
wedding
said
was
she don't want to.
choreographed.
I wish Chris would tell me, let's go take dance lessons in the tango. I think
Man.
that's different. I
I said you ain't never seen that before, like, but I do. I told her I want to do it. She ain't trying to hear it
because people do the like, it's just like back and forth. That's tight.
Then the tango would be a real good one too.
Yeah, I would go viral.
The tango would be a real good one.
You say what?
Y'all would go viral.
We probably would.
For sure.
Get paid off the YouTube.
That, man, or you can just choreograph a dance with Leonard. You know, Leonard always comes through in the clutch at a wedding.
Yeah,
Get the whole crowd dancing.
I like that tango. That's different. Because those songs, the first, all the weddings we've been to, it's too long. They play the whole song, and I'm like, okay, cut that short. Like, let's move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I ain't trying to do all that.
That would be entertaining for your guests. I like it. Dang, we should have did that. When we get remarried, I'm adding that to the list.
Yeah, we dancing to
If they
Keith
don't
Sweat
do it.
next time. Make it last forever, like everybody else.
I'm gonna take a little stripper class, so when I gotta take the guard off,
Oh man, I'm gonna be like, chill out.
rip my shirt off, have industrial fan in there blowing my shirt off.
Wow.
We like, say, man, when you learn how to do a handstand like that, chill out.
That may be a little too much. I'm looking forward to you guys' wedding. It's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna make that. We spending all this money. This damn show gonna be fun.
Yeah,
We're gonna have a real good time. I'm gonna make sure everybody drunk.
gotta be.
Look,
Yeah.
people they ain't gonna know. I'm gonna soak the fruit from the little advertising. I'm gonna soak all the fruit and liquor.
Yeah, it's gonna be here in Houston, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, I ain't gonna tell.
Yeah, but it's gonna be here.
But
in town.
yeah,
Antonio's from Fort Worth, so you know he gonna have his people come down here. He ain't want to have a neutral site.
Yeah, they gotta stay.
They gotta stay. So now y'all gonna have to do arrangements for people coming down and everything.
we're gonna get try to get a block on a hotel.
Yeah.
But you gotta let them. She get discounts through her job, so they let us know in
Man.
time they there.
They popping these hotels up like pimples right now.
It's actually a hotel like 10 minutes from the venue.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it sound like y'all got a lot to pay for, man. So, since y'all about to get married, man, how you feel about y'all's finances, man? Y'all gonna go and do the whole joint bank account thing, or y'all gonna keep your finances separate? How you feel about that? What's y'all's path?
don't believe in that. Well,
You don't believe in it.
right now, right now we got our own separate accounts.
Okay, yeah, that's natural.
Maybe in the future when we well established and pulling in some real money,
Yeah.
then we'll talk about a joint account or at least a joint savings or something.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that dumping all my finances into account for somebody else to have access to.
Man, that's what it's all about, man. That's what marriage is all about, man. It's not it's not your account, it's y'all account now, man. That's y'all money. Every dime you make now is y'all money, man.
I understand that, but let me as a man have some
vice
sense
versa.
of pride.
But it's
like,
vice versa, man. It's vice versa, man. Every dime she make, it's your money too, though. That's the
but
same.
still, I don't want my check to just deposit and then she just go spend it and shit. Let me have my account so I can be like, hey, baby, what you need? All right, I'll transfer it to you. It's a pride thing as a man.
I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be conflict, man. It's gonna be conflict. See, the thing is, that's cool though. Nah, see, me and Miracle, we got separate accounts, but we got a joint account for at least for the bills, So we can have whatever money we got coming in our check. The majority of that, we making sure all the bills paid, and then the side money or whatever we making, we can, have a little budget for ourselves off of each check that goes into our little side account. That way we ain't stepping on each other's toes. If it's something we want, we can go get that because, hey, that's our side money. Anything out the joint money we talk to each other about before we pull anything out if we need to make it. And it ain't even like asking the person. It's at least letting them know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Extend the courtesy.
Right,
The
exactly.
thing is, this is how we set up our finances. We had our monies go into the joint account. Everything goes into the joint account. And we agreed upon amount for each other that's deposited into your personal checking account. So my number is bigger because females maintenance is a little more than males. I gotta go get my hair done. I gotta get my nails done. I got all my side projects. So my quote unquote agreed upon amount is a little bit more than his, and it goes into our separate account. I can see all the accounts. He doesn't care to see any of them. And
I don't want to know.
He doesn't want to know.
I don't want to know.
But when it comes to our joint account, if you were buying anything for the family, you use your joint account. If you're buying anything just for yourself, you use your personal account. And then if you want to buy something that's over a limit that we agreed upon, you need to let the other person know. So hypothetically, if something is over $300, let that person know, hey, I'm about to purchase this. Because I handle the finance, like I pay the bills, just because his memory.
Because then I'm a procrastinator.
Yes.
It ain't that I ain't gonna pay it or nothing like that. It's
I
just
know
that
it's due.
I'm gonna forget.
I got time.
Yeah, I'm gonna forget or something.
Going to
Something's
forget.
gonna be happening, and
So
it ain't like I ain't got it. I ain't got it.
I pay
I
all
forgot.
the bills, and I just naturally know what's coming out and when. So if he wants to buy mics and all of that, he's just like, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Like it's not. I know when the bills are gonna fall. But I think transparency is key. Like where your money is where your heart lies. So that it's just like a secretive factor. In my opinion, I think it's best where you just know where the money at. And then we can control our savings. But we do a lot of side stuff. So if you do something like his commercial or my commercial, that's your money. But we always choose to put it in our savings. But you can spend it if you want, because you personally made that. But
I don't know. See, like our situation, when I get paid, I usually give her a majority of my check. Mm-hmm. I may figure out.
So you already doing it in a way.
Yeah.
I was just saying, but see, this the thing. I asked her what she need.
Uh-huh.
So say if I make $1,000 in a week, And I'll be like, what you need for bills? She'll be like, oh, I need 600. She don't know I got 1,000. She don't ask, but if she did, I would disclose.
Yeah.
But we just don't, you know. But if she say, oh, I need 600, I may give her 850, maybe 9, depending on what I need to take care of.
Because you don't need a lot. See, y'all already
It
technically
ain't
doing
I
it.
just know me personally, when I have extra money, I do dumb shit. Dumb stuff.
That's why we got an allowance.
And that's why I ended up with 3 microphones, 3 headsets. We done started a whole podcast.
We both have an
overnight.
allowance, and you do whatever you want to do. And that person can save up or spend it, or I can see everything. So I see when his account is low, and I'll just put more money from the joint account into his. But that rarely happens. Like, Chris just doesn't spend a lot of money. Me, whew.
Shout out to Amazon.
And that's how it is.
But I will definitely use my personal account. Like, I'm very conscious. So it controls my spending, because I don't feel like I should be using the joint account on something that's only going to benefit me. Like, you need to control my personal account.
I think that's a good thing too, because like if you got your personal account and you only got so much money in there at each check, then if you burn through your stuff, you burn through your stuff, you know? So I'm like, that's on you. Like, that's the money that you need to be managing, because this right here is for the bills and it's for to be safe. This is for the family. It ain't to be touched. This is for when we got to eat or when we need gas or whatever, the bills. Like, if you trying to go to Amazon crazy, like, you only got this for this check, you know? So work accordingly, you know?
We got joint credit cards.
Yeah.
So
that sounds like another recipe for disaster.
But I got my own separate and she got her own separate too.
Oh, man.
Well, we got a joint credit card. So if she say she need this amount and there's some extra, I may be like, here, put that on the credit card or something. But
nah, man. See,
she
and this is our last episode. We talked about premarital counseling. That's why, because finances is one of those things you got to talk about, and it's very important to know where y'all stand when you coming into it. As far as that, where both y'all's, you know, where both y'all's ideas are, where your minds are on that, or where your mind is on that.
It's like expectation too, because my relationship with money is from my parents strongly, and my parents had my daddy worked and he paid the bills, and then my mom's check was for the family to have fun. So our relationship with money is you work hard and you play hard. So coming into a relationship that's hard, because that's why I'm like, oh, let's go on trips, let's do this. Like, no, you need to save, chill out. But that's how I was raised. You got money, you spend it, you have fun. So you have to have those conversations, because how you grew up, your relationship with money is totally different from Tressa. And merging those.
Yes.
So that's where
that's what I was going to say. You got to have somebody you can trust with your money. And I trust her to make the right decision if I give her the money.
Yeah.
So, because I grew up, you know, she grew up balancing the checkbook and learning all that. I grew up street money, you know. Pops was in the streets, so we spent it as it come and saved a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
You know, when she got it, at least things going to be in order.
That's really good.
Yeah, as long as the bills paid and everything good, I ain't got no problems. I ain't asking no questions.
Man. Well, man, I think Tonio was the best guest we've had thus far, y'all. Nah, man, you are awesome today, man. We really appreciate you coming through, man. Coming out here to Timbuktu with us, man.
Nah, I stay in Timbuktu. Look, I stay in BFE. Coming to Timbuktu. But I appreciate y'all having me on. I've been trying to get out of here. I'm gonna be on here as frequent as I can.
Man, most definitely, man. You know we're gonna have you on again.
No, we need to have both of them on them. Him and Tress.
I told her.
Yeah.
I told her she would.
She should have came
Yeah.
with you. Yeah, she should have came with
That
you,
is
man.
She out partying with her friends.
Yeah, that's what I want everybody to hear. I want us to hear the Tonio Tressa interaction.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
hilarious.
That's
y'all.
good radio right there. That's good podcast
Y'all trying to
time.
get me in trouble.
They gonna have their own counseling stuff on the podcast.
That's what's
That's
gonna
when we're
happen.
gonna have to start going to video.
Man.
Yeah, nah, man. We definitely thank you for coming out, man, and joining us today. We thank everybody for listening.
Yep.
We want to invite y'all to join us for episode 4 coming soon.
Episode 4 would be Austin edition.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be out at the UT Black Homecoming this year. So y'all join us for that. We're gonna have all the tea
Ooh.
on all the action going on up there at the University of Texas at Austin.
At Austin. Thank you for listening, guys.
Domo arigato.